welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to make a cheesy sausage and tater tot casserole, and you need to preheat your oven to 425. And before we get started with the actual assembly, we're going to focus on our little super sauce mixture here. So you're going to need a can of cheddar cheese soup, half a cup of milk, and then salt and pepper to taste.
And a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within.
Baking dish, and you need to spray it. 32 ounces of tater tots, and put about half of the bag in the bottom. And I sliced up some smoked sausage. You could use kielbasa, it's fine. And I tried to do it really, really thin.
Hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the grand.
I also chopped up some onion. We'll put that on next.
Dreamy, breezy.
I'm going to take our soup mixture and spread it out on everything.
Undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond
I'm going to add the last of the tater tots.
golden hills as we go. I wouldn't want it any other.
So you're going to put this in the oven for 425 degree oven for about 25-30 minutes. You want the tater tots to be crispy and the soup to kind of bubble. And then you're going to take that out and we're going to put the cheese on top, some shredded cheese, just 1 to 2 cups, depending on how much you want to add. And we're going to put it back in the oven for 5 minutes, and I will show you what it looks like when it gets done. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. I turned the oven off and sprinkled about 1.5 cups of cheddar on top, shredded cheddar, and just let the heat from the oven just melt it. So this is the finished product, and it's all done, and it's cheaper than fresh meat that you get at the store with the smoked sausage. So it's a different way to have the tater tot casserole, and it's a little bit cheaper. Hey y'all, welcome back. We are going to make a smoked sausage and rice easy one-pot dinner. So I've already sliced up some, you can use kielbasa or smoked sausage, either one. This is kielbasa, but I've already sliced those up and put them in a little bit of olive oil with the bell pepper and the onion, and I've already cooked those together already until they were softened. In the recipe, it doesn't say to do that. It says to do it separately, but I didn't see any point, so I just went ahead and did everything together. So it's a true one-pot meal. So now we're at the stage in the recipe where we're going to add the rice and the liquid. So you're going to need about 2.5 cups of chicken stock, and I make mine from bouillon. So that's about 1.5 half cup or so. 1.5 cups of rice. I'm going to add parboiled, and we're going to go ahead and add our paprika. We only need about 3/4 of a teaspoon. You could have cooked garlic with the onion, but I just decided to do garlic powder. I do about 3/4 of a teaspoon of that as well. You're going to need some pepper, and you're going to need some salt. So I'll stir all this in there.
Hey, now that our names.
Bring it to a boil, and then we'll cut it down low to let it simmer. It's going to be very similar to jambalaya, but without all the extra meat. I like the jambalaya. I just don't like the chicken. I added a little bit more paprika. I didn't like the chicken being in there or the shrimp. I like it just with the sausage. So this is very similar. So I thought this would be great. We'll let this finish cooking and I will come back to you when it's the next step. It did come to a boil and now I have cut it down so it can finish simmering, and I'm going to find my lid and I'm going to cover it so the rice can finish cooking. Should be another 20 minutes or so. Okay, y'all, so we're come to the end of it. The rice is pretty much done, and most of my liquid's gone. As you can see, there's just a little bit in there, just a little. The recipe calls for frozen peas to be added at this point, then put the lid on and let the heat kind of cook them. But instead of putting that in, I'm going to put a can of diced tomatoes instead, because to me that's more like jambalaya. But you don't have to. You can go with the peas at this moment. You'll just put the frozen peas in and then put the lid back on and just let the heat kind of cook them a little bit. But I'm going to do this and go ahead and serve it. And that's it, y'all. You can let it sit here for a few minutes and let the still on simmering. Let it just simmer a little bit with the tomatoes in here to kind of warm them up. But that's it. I already tasted it. It tastes just really good. Very economical and perfect for your budget. I'm thinking I'm gonna make this again because it was really simple, really easy, and I like all these flavors together. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time.